All right, in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys how to set up the Papers, Please system. So pretty much this system I made a little while back, and it pretty much replicates Papers, Please one-to-one. You have your passport, you're able to stamp things, and you even have a little tray to deposit your little papers and everything. So first what you want to do, obviously import the file, and all you do to do that is you drag it into Workspace, and then it'll pop up right here. Now, in your Explorer tab, which to open, you go to View, and then you click Explorer, and go ahead and check Properties too. You're gonna need that for later. And yeah, so open those two up. And now, all you want to do, just uncheck this box, and then everything needs to go in the specific locations. So server script service, you slide this in here, ungroup, and if you want to do this quickly, you can do Control U. It just ungroups automatically. Server storage, of course, you want to put this in server storage, which is right here. And then you want to put starter pack, because this is where your tool is going to be. And then for the workspace, ungroup in workspace. Now, the system should be done. We're going to bring this over for the sake of the video. Okay, so you spawn to the game, you get a passport, of course has all your little data and stuff on it. And then, so let's say hypothetically, you're the little guy at the booth. So you'll slide out the basket, okay? Then the other person will deposit their passport. And then once they do that, you could drag it back. And then collect the passport. You can place it on the table. And we'll just go ahead and accept this. Okay. Now you can deliver the passport back. Of course, can't forget to slide it back out. And there you go. Pick it up, and boom. You now have an approved passport. Now, there are a few things that you'll come across when you're working with this. It's not always going to be so simple like this, because the way these tweens work is it's based on what direction they're facing. So, if you go to the papers basket, okay, and let's say hypothetically speaking, you are a different direction, okay, then what you'll have to do is for the tweens. Okay, so what you'll have to do is with the tweens, you'll scroll down and you'll see something called turn amount. And now, this happens a few times in the script, and all you have to do, so say for instance, this is on the other side. You could do two things. You could either change these numbers, or you could flip your buildings the other way. But for the easiest experience setting this up, I would highly recommend having your map where you're not on a angled. Don't have your map angled like this and try and set it up. I mean, you can, and all you have to do is really just like get the angle, and then you'd have to like put an X and Y component on the tween. Yeah, it just makes it way more complicated. But if you do it in this direction, just keep to your northeast, southwest, and then you'll be doing okay. And yeah, that's pretty much how you set up Papers, Please system. If you have any questions, please let me know. And this is available for purchase in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah. Alright, I know I just showed you how to set up the actual passport system. Now, let's say you wanted to make a custom passport. You're going to the border. Now, you don't want to have this. This is your traditional sample template passport. You want to make something that's really cool, and it'll show up on everything. So, there's three parts here, because there's three different ways it could be. It could be open, it could be closed, or it could be on the table. And you have to have all three. Or if you don't make them all the same, it will not work. So what you're going to want to do is pretty simple. So let's start with the closed passport, because this will help visualize it better. All right. So let's say you want to change the text, or you want to add text to this. Let's say you want to do that. Okay. So bring it down. I'll just get rid of this little guy down here. Let's just call it like USA or something silly. Okay. Let's change this to, oh, hold on. Okay, this is a US passport. Now, what you're going to have to do to reflect that change is you're going to have to bring it on all three sides at the exact same point, or else it won't show up. But before you do that, there's another thing you have to do. So you just added that, but you might see here there's a weld. Now, you have to weld to the actual handle. If you don't weld to the handle, it is not going to work. So I'll leave this plugin in the description, but you need to use the Aussie Weld plugin, the welding plugin. Pretty much what it allows you to do is you can click this, or you'll click the first part and then you click the second part and then you click weld all. Okay. And as you can see here, it just created a weld. Let me show you what that actually does. So bring it in here. All right. So look, now it says US passport. But if you open it up right here, you can see clearly it did not reflect the change. So to fix that, all you got to do, so we're going to copy the text, okay? And now let's go to the opened passport, paste into at original location. And just so it's easy, let's copy the position of this little marker here. And then you can click on you have to make sure this is brought into the decoration folder. If you don't put it in the decoration folder, it's not going to work properly. And then you can select this, get the orientation, and then you slap the orientation in. And now look, you're going to have to rotate it here in this case, and sometimes you won't have to. It just depends on the way your part's facing beforehand. Now you can delete that, and remember, you have to weld it. So go back to the Aussie Weld plugin, click the handle first, and then you're going to click the US. Boom. It's welded. So now your passport's done. And okay, if you're on the table, say you're editing something in this open front area, what you're going to want to do is you got to do it on all three. There's no getting around it. But, you know, if it's on the table, on the back of it, no one's going to be able to see this, so it's no big deal. And yeah, that's the video. Just make sure you copy on all three sides, and you should be doing good. Remember to weld. If you don't weld it to the handle, everything's going to break. And yeah, that's officially it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.